Welcome back, brothers and sisters of Christ. My name is Brianna and I'm back with another video. For today's video, I'm going to be speaking about Deborah. Y'all might see me post the video that I spoke at my church. I'm not sure if I'm going to post it or not. So, Deborah's story can be found in the book of Judges chapter 4 and 5, but I will not be reading. So to start off, Deborah was a pretty busy woman. She was multi-gifted, which seems to be in our nature as women, as you know. But with that being said, Deborah was a wife, a woman of God, a prophetess, a judge, and she also was leading Israel at this time. Not only was Deborah a woman of God, as I mentioned before, but she was a prophetess, which means she gets direct communication from God. He speaks to her and he speaks through her. Not only was she a judge, but she was a one and only female judge mentioned in the Bible. And this stood out to me because this shows that she had great decision-making skills, because she would decide disputes for the Israelites. They would come to her to decide their disputes. So that shows that she had great decision-making skills. And that skill is important to be able to lead people, a pack of people. It also shows that she has wisdom. You know what I mean? In order to be a judge, and even just first and foremost, God speaking directly to you and through you, you already know you have wisdom. And in order to be a judge, that adds to it, like, you have wisdom. You have a lot under your belt that takes a lot of wisdom to do. And not only did she lead Israel, but she was the first woman to lead Israel and lead them into war. Not to mention, she is the first female mentioned to have authority over both women and men, and to give orders and commands to both women and men. As we know, during this time, only men were in leadership roles, and that's why the importance of Deborah's roles were so important during this time. Oftentimes, us as women, people treat us as if we're not good enough to do certain things, say certain things, have certain roles. So a lot of times we have to go the extra mile to prove ourselves worthy in life. But what I love about Deborah's story is that the Lord found her worthy. The Lord chose her for the divine assignment despite her being a woman. And that's all that matters, is that the Lord sees you as worthy for the assignment. Because when the Lord sees you as worthy and chooses you, it's because he knows that you will get it done. It don't matter what people say, think, or feel. And as we know, the Lord looks at the heart. He doesn't discriminate. So he doesn't care about age, race, gender, appearance. He cares about what's inside and who is willing to do the will of the Father. And Deborah's story demonstrates just that. Deborah's story reminds us that women are strong, women have wisdom, women can be leaders, women can multitask, that women do have a voice, and women can be used by God and also succeed in every area. Deborah's story is just so inspiring because she's a great example that showcased women's importance within the history of the Bible. Her story was the beginning of something big for women, and a great reminder to all women how God can use us in a mighty way as well, as we've seen him do with all the men in the Bible. This was literally an example. This was literally an example. Like, God switched it up. He's like, I'm going to use a woman this time, apparently. You know what I mean? So when you're a prophetess, you are speaking to people about God. So this is the thing. When God gives us gifts, he's whether you're a prophetess, whether you're a praying warrior, whether you're a speaker, a minister, he's not giving us these gifts to keep these gifts inside and hold these gifts in. If God is giving you a gift, he's giving you a gift to use it, baby. And he's equipping you. If he has equipped you, that means he's calling you to do something. And we're all here to be working for God. So, God didn't give you these gifts for no reason. He gave you to use these gifts. He gave you these gifts to use these gifts, to set people free, to deliver people, to lead people out of bondage and out of sin, just like Deborah did. She led the people of Israel. That's what our gifts are for. It's to set people free, to lead people to God. And I love this story. It's often overlooked. But Deborah paved the way. She wasn't the first prophetess because Miriam, Moses' sister, was. But she was the first and only female judge. The first and only woman to lead Israel. God used her in a mighty, mighty way. And this is just encouragement for women out there that God can use us and use you and me in a mighty way as well. Don't listen to what society is telling you, because God is not putting these things on our heart for no reason. God is not giving you gifts for no reason. He's not speaking to you and through you for no reason. He's doing it for a reason, and he needs you to go tell all the people about it. And you don't have to be a preacher. You know, a lot of people throw in women are not supposed to be preachers. You do not have to be a preacher to speak the word of God. You don't have to be a preacher to be a prophetess. And it tells itself in the word of God. Deborah's story shows that. Deborah is not described as a preacher. She's described as a prophetess. She's described as leading Israel. So this is some encouragement for you all, because that's what people get confused, that they see a woman speaking about the word of God and they're like, you can't be a preacher. Who's a preacher? You know what I mean? You don't have to be a preacher to speak the word of God. Or to be used by God. So yes, I absolutely love this story about Deborah. She did great things in the Bible for the people of Israel. She was a great, strong woman, and she's paved the way for women today in ministry. And yes, that was just some women empowerment for empowerment. But if this word is not for you, it's for somebody else. Remember, I'm telling y'all this because I love y'all. God bless.